all this talk about a girl. She's supposed to change my world. That's what they say, yeah, every day. In every single song they play. But hell, I've tried, and hell, I've failed. Every single one has been. Give it up, they ain't in love. Yeah, I guess I'll just give up. But here she comes, she's the one. She's the only one I want. Here she comes, she's from the sun.
Welcome everybody to our Nation Summer Baseball Tour. We've got our favorite country music star in South Jersey. Now he's a baseball legend because I think the baseball career is officially retired. It wasn't last time we talked, but we're here with John Wood, John Wood Music.
Going on, everybody?
Legend. Yeah, thanks for coming back and doing show number 2 with us.
Thanks for having me. I'm always happy to be here.
Yep, always happy to have you. Let's just update the world here. You're leaving for school in a couple weeks.
23 days. Who's counting?
Yeah, that's right. August 17th is the big day, right? You arrive in Nashville full time.
I'll be down there full time. So if anyone of you baseball dudes is in Nashville, shoot me a DM. I'll hook you guys up, show you around.
Absolutely. Now, so we talked in February, right before the baseball season. So it's been probably close to 6 months.
Yeah.
In that time, the excitement's just growing, right? I mean, this is a sign that you've made the right path, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I've definitely proved a lot to myself the past few months, just with, before when I came on the podcast before, I didn't release anything yet, and I hadn't had any music out. I was just posting on Instagram and stuff, getting my name out there. And then, in the time that we didn't talk on this podcast, the song came out, Here She Comes, and since then it's grown a lot. So I'm super thankful.
Yeah, we're seeing, it's crazy, right? Like this is really happening now. You see the country music charts, the Americana Boulevard Internet Radio, the AMC charts, and some of the names that you're right up there with in the chart number 24, I believe, on the AMC chart, and you see yourself like in between like the Zach Brown band and Luke Combs and Miranda Lambert, and I mean this is big time. And it's got to be surreal for somebody like you, but what's it like to be a top 25 charting country music star?
It's a tough question to answer because it still hasn't really hit me yet, even though I've been on the charts since the day when I saw you at Lenape and we met back in probably April.
Yep.
And it's been about 3 months now since I've started on the charts, and it still kind of hasn't hit me yet that it's real. And I see it and I'm like, nah, like that's not like that doesn't actually exist. That's fake. Someone's pulling my leg. And I'm super thankful. I don't really have the words because it hasn't really hit me. It's just, I don't know. Every time the charts update and I get an email from my label manager, or I go on the charts and check them some mornings and I see like a jump, or I just see my name up there, I'm like, what is happening? Like the last year I was on Perfect Game looking at my ranking or whatever, just so you know.
Yeah, you're used to looking at rankings. It just got like miles per hour after it for years.
Yeah, my PBR ranking or something.
That's right. So, to create something, to write a song, to release a song, to have it get a lot of acclaim and popularity, and to have that sort of credential, how does it feel? I mean, like what to be, is it just gratitude that the people like it? I mean, how does it feel to have something produced that's been a success?
Well, it's always gratitude. I literally, I mean it when I say I can't thank everybody who listens to my music, follows me on Instagram, comes to my shows, texts me, shoots me DMs, because I've made so many friends through baseball, and I've just met so many people through baseball. One dude just commented on my TikTok who I just played against one day at a WWBA in Atlantic City, and he just, commented like, I play against you, like super happy for you and what you're doing. And like, I can't really express how thankful I am for stuff like that, because the baseball community as a whole is so supportive. So many dudes on my old Oilers team I'm talking to every day. One of my good friends, Xavier Massey, Rutgers commit. Every time I post a TikTok of one of my original, shout out Xavier, by the way. Every time I post something, one of my original songs, he texts me like iMessage, dude, that's the one. That's it. That's the one. I'm going to be front row one day. And I'm like, dude, I love you. When I signed the record deal, Caden Doolin sent me like the longest paragraph ever, just about like how fired up he is that I'm doing what I want to do. And then the list goes on with all the Oilers dudes. They're all so supportive. But when you write a song, you write it in your room. I wrote it on my back porch, Here She Comes. And I wrote it, and you listen to it and you love it, and you're like, this is something that I just created for the world. And it sits there, because I wrote it back in August of last year, and it didn't come out until March. I teased it. People were saying when's dropping. The night before it comes out was March 17th, and I'm in my room, like staying until midnight. I'm on FaceTime with a couple of my friends, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope it goes okay. I hope it's even on Spotify. Like, I've never done this before. I wasn't in charge of it. My label's doing it. I'm like, what if I refresh at midnight and it's not on Spotify? What if it's not on Apple Music? What am I gonna do? And then it's midnight. My friends are like all like refreshing Spotify and YouTube, and they're like, I see it on Apple Music, and I'm like, oh, Spotify, oh my gosh. And then the next week, me and the boys went to Disney, the mainland boys, and we're all listening to it, like tracking my streams, and like we're like, oh my gosh, 2,000 streams, like on like the third or fourth day or something. And it was the coolest experience in my life, just because a lot of artists, I feel like, don't release something until they're older. I got to do it like senior year of high school, like when I was still a kid, like on a baseball team. Like 1 minute I'm like pitching in Disney, and then I go in the dugout and I go on Spotify and I'm refreshing my streams, and I got like all my teammates over my shoulder, like freaking out and getting all hype, and we're posting TikToks. And I can't reflect on that time enough, because it was something that I will never forget.
Anybody give you any abuse or sing it from the other dugout or anything like that during the season?
Oh my gosh. So I got a lot of buddies over at prep, and I had to throw a bullpen because I was pitching the next day after our prep game. Or 2 days after, I was throwing a 15-pitch bullpen like before the game. And as I'm doing it, I hear the little slide guitar intro, just Here She Comes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I know Ryan Weingartner's all Hawks right now. So he threw that on there. I'm trying to think. I think there was another. Absagami, Chris Sheff, definitely orchestrated this. He also just filmed my video I just posted of my full band show. But Chris is a good friend of mine. He makes all my content. He took the picture for Here She Comes. He's the man. But Gammy was doing, when we were doing Aya at Gammy, Here She Comes played twice, and it was hilarious. And that was the first time it happened. And then from then it became kind of a trend, I guess, for opposing teams, especially when I was on the mound. I would hear like I would be the dugout, or I'd be on the mound, and I'd hear from the dugout like Here She Comes, and then I'd like laugh. When I pitched on senior day, they played it. I didn't even know it was gonna happen. Kamak up in the booth threw it up on the loudspeaker. So
yeah. First guy in South Jersey to have their own song be their walkout music, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I think I am. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know, but it still has got to be an incredibly cool feeling,
It was cool. I came in the middle of the game, and I had my whole infield like stand behind me, and they're playing Here She Comes, and I was always in the height of my baseball career. You can ask any of my Oilers friends or any of my mainland teammates. I was never the most laid back guy on the mound. I'd always be super kind of tense and like nervous. I knew this was my last outing of my career, and they're playing Here She Comes. I'm literally on the mound, just throwing as hard as I can, singing Here She Comes, she's the one, just letting it eat into the catcher's mitt. Cole Campbell was probably like, dude, what are you doing? I'm literally full on singing on the mound, and that was one of the best moments of my career, I'd say, through all of it.
Yeah. So what was the baseball season like, knowing that, you're going through it and it's your senior year, but it's really also the transition from, okay, this is the end of one chapter and start of another one?
Yeah, well, I definitely knew it was the end. But I got 3 months to let it soak in, which not
Yeah.
a lot of people get. People
Right.
usually get 1 game, which can be tough. For me, I got 3 months to kind of accept it and move on.
Yep.
Which is now I'm to the point where the other day, me, Duke McCarron, and our boy Jared are at the turf field at Ocean City long tossing because like, why not? I'm never gonna stop throwing. But like I didn't get as many innings as I did my junior year when I was committed and was fully trained because I hadn't been training all off season this year.
Right. You were busy.
But I topped out 77 in my last outing of my career. In my 3 innings, I had I think 4 or 5 strikeouts. I think I think it might have been Wayne Hill took me deep, which good on him. Helping out his stats. I threw him a fastball on the middle and he hit it about 500 feet left. So at least it's only fitting that I get taken deep in my last outing of my life. But it was an emotional last outing. I got back in the dugout once I got done. I recorded my last out, and then my teammate since I was 8 years old, Sam Wood, who is my last name sharer, third baseman, he walked with me to the dugout. Some tears were shed. It was sad because he's gonna walk on. I know it, but it was my last game pitching. So we were both a little emotional. And when I got on the mound that inning, I said to him, "Well, this is it, dude. Let's go. One last ride, dude." And it was a really fun inning. I just tried to enjoy it the best I could.
Definitely. Yeah. No, the summer's been incredibly busy. You're playing pretty much every night now, right?
Yeah, I've been playing like 5 nights a week this summer around South Jersey area.
So this is the first real summer where that's been the case, so really the question is, since we've talked to now, you feel like you love this more and this is the right thing, or is it?
Yeah, this is something that I couldn't live without doing. I feel like if someone like for some reason stopped all my shows, or I even think about like it's gonna be nice to have a break. Don't get me wrong, because it's a job still, like singing every night. You can probably hear in my voice right now that I did sing last night. But it is a job, and I will enjoy my break when I get to Nashville because I probably won't be playing as much. But I can't have it taken away from me. I'll always be jamming out in my dorm if I'm not playing every night. So it's something. It's kind of just like air or water, like one of those things I need to be doing. And even like you can't keep me away from my guitar when I'm home. The days that I have shows, like I'm looking at my guitar right now. I'll probably finish up a songwriting as soon as I'm done this, which is definitely not smart because I need to save my voice for tonight. But like whatever.
Doesn't matter. It's what you love to do. It's tough to hold back on it, right?
Yeah, and it's not like I'm doing the most healthy things for my voice. I'm out screaming every day, surfing with my friends and all that on my days off. I'm definitely not taking good precautions. I vocal warm up and I drink a bunch of water, but I still live, man. I don't sit inside all day and save my voice. It's not me.
No, now you're Nashville, Belmont University. You'll be rooming with Christian Yeager, another country star himself, kind of in the same position as you.
Yeah.
Little friendly competition there between the two. I mean, you guys obviously get along. Great,
actually, so the song that I'm in the studio working with is a co-write with him. Me and him both wrote it, and I'm recording it. Definitely always the most supportive friendship like in the world we have. He was the one who called me when I first charted. I was in gym class and I got a FaceTime call from him. Like, you're in school, I'm in school, like, what is this? So I answer, I'm like, yo, dude, like, what's going on? He's like, you're on the charts. I'm like, what? So I'm freaking out. I check my email. Dave Moody, my label manager, sent me the email that my song charted, and I was freaking out. And then I look, and he's like 2 spots ahead of me. And I'm like, yo, you're ahead of me, dude. And he's like, yeah. Like, I'm like, there's never any competition there. There's never any competition there. Because he's got me beat on the other chart, and I'm ahead of him on one chart. So it's always like we're right even with each other. And his song, I play it all my breaks. Go listen, Anita in a Haystack, Christian Yeager. Anytime I'm at any of my shows and I'm on a break, I plug in my phone to the speaker and I play music, and that's always the first song I play is his. just because, you know, you gotta support your boy.
Yeah, so how great is it that you're starting your Belmont experience with him kind of in the same
Yeah.
position? You
Oh,
both
yeah, I'm super lucky that I met him so early because I met him in November. So I'm super lucky that like I got to get really close with him before we moved down. We had like 9 months to become close friends before living together. And I got to meet him like in person in Nashville a couple months ago. So I'm super lucky because I feel like not everyone gets to be as close with their roommate as I am. And not everyone has a supportive roommate like I do. So I wouldn't want a better roommate.
So Belmont University is going to have the most crazy dorm party concerts then, I think, of anybody, right? Just stop by your room.
Potter Hall 106 is gonna be pretty rowdy.
Now, one of the things that you've talked about is as being you know, important for you through this is the songwriting process too. It's not just, you're not just up there, not just a pretty voice singing somebody else's music, you know. Tell us about that process, what it means to you, and you know, obviously it sounds like, you know, you're not just writing songs for yourself, but there's a chance to go down to Nashville and kind of make your way into the industry by being a songwriter.
Yeah, I love covering whiskey glasses. Trust me, I enjoy it, and that's what I've been doing. I play probably 95% covers at all my shows because that's what pays the bills. But what I'm doing anytime I'm home, I'm never adding to my set list. I'm never working on new songs to come out and play. It's always me writing. I write every single day, whether it's a song, just a free write. Like I'll just jot down words in my journal just to keep my brain going. But songwriting, what a lot of people don't realize is a huge stepping stone in the industry. Many artists now were songwriters first. Like God's Country by Blake Shelton was written by Hardy, who's now on his way in the industry. You Make It Easy by Jason Aldean is a Morgan Wallen right with Florida Georgia Line. Like it's so fascinating to me, like how many songs are written by other artists for other artists. And I think it's like such a cool community. So that's where I want to start. I want to write a lot for other artists. I don't really know, like, I don't have a song with written for another artist right now. None of that yet. But when I get down there, I'd love to start doing that, start meeting other artists. I'd like to start meeting some publishing companies, and hopefully I want to get a publishing deal and become a full-time songwriter to start. And then from there, I'll start building my artistry, I guess. But you know, I'm still finishing out these last 10 or 12 shows I got here in Jersey. So I'm kind of just taking it one day at a time.
It's exciting. No, it's the craziest thing that's happened to you since the last time we talked.
Good question. Being front page of the Press of AC is pretty big, which was just this Friday.
Mhm.
That is, you know, I grew up in Linwood. The Press of AC is so prevalent in my area. And my great grandfather, Carlos Sardella, was a writer for the Press of Atlantic City. And I know he'd be proud if he could. I never got to meet him, but I've always heard a lot about him. And my family always is very fond of his memory and always compares me to him for his love for music and all that stuff. So I know he'd be proud for that. And it was cool getting the phone call. It all happened so fast. I got the phone call from the Press of AC from Patrick, who's a big baseball writer. I got the phone call when I was at the beach with my friends. I was surfing and I missed the call. And then I get out of the water, like in my wetsuit, and I look at my phone and I'm like, it's like, hey, this is Patrick from Press Atlantic City. Give me a call. I'm like, you got it, man. I'm not going to hesitate. I'm in my wetsuit on the phone with him doing this interview on the beach. And my friends are looking at me like, what is he saying? Like, what is he doing? And I just did the interview and I was super pumped just to be featured in the press. Cause I was like, the last time I was in this paper was when I committed to Mount. But they texted me the next day and said, hey, you're going to be front page. We need to do a photo shoot today. Meet us at the Mainland Field at 2:00. I'm like, all right,
Sure.
you got it. Like, cool. So I went over there and did all that. I did a little video and it was just so cool to be front story in the Press of AC. That's been a bucket list for me. Just being a local kid here. I've always wanted especially for my music, I wanted to be in the press. But front page was kind of just a bonus for me. So that was big.
Not quite a bucket list question, but give me one thing that you hope to accomplish here in this first semester when you get down to Nashville.
So I'm playing. I'm already playing a writers round, my first week in town, which is basically songwriters playing original music. So I'll be doing that my first week there. I just hope to make a lot of friends. Honestly, it's a long process for my goals. I just hope to make some really, really good friends. Just find my crew down there and write with a lot of people. Keep my mind open. Enjoy other people's culture because it's such a melting pot down there. Everyone from different areas all congregating in Nashville to write songs. So I kind of want to just like stay true to myself. Still wear my board shorts, being from a beach town. Like I'm not gonna wear cowboy boots and come. I own cowboy boots, but like I didn't grow up on a dirt road. But I still want to stay true to myself and where I'm from, and I want to really like appreciate and learn other cultures from other people's writing, I guess. And I just want to, get a feel for it, play some writers rounds, write some songs, good people. Want to play on Broadway, I'd say is if I'd feel like one goal, I want to play on Broadway in the first semester. That's a good one right there. Play on Broadway.
That's awesome. And we got enough country road, dirt road, country stars. We need more of the surf beach country music.
That's my life. I'm not gonna not write about my life. I drive a truck. I drive a Tacoma, but like I'm not going down muddy dirt roads. Sometimes
driving it down to the beach to go surfing.
Yeah, I'm heading down to the beach. I gotta get some waves, dude. Like I'm not a hick by any means. I'm from Linwood. I'm not from Millville, so.
Good. That's good. We got.
But I appreciate. But I have an appreciation for. I have an appreciation for Skinner, for Hank Jr., for Travis Tritt, for all that good stuff. Like I was raised on country music.
Yeah.
That was part of my life. But like the country lifestyle, like look what I'm wearing now. Nothing about what I'm wearing is country. Like it's not.
You already grasp real easy or real quickly the most important thing in all this is to stay authentic.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing in this, which is one of the things my producer is always, and he's more than my producer, he's my mentor. I've talked to you about him. He's in the industry. He's been in the industry for a long time. And it's just to be yourself and have your own voice. I'm not going to go down there and put on a baseball cap and wear boots. I'm not going to be something I'm not. I'm going to just be me and write songs that I like, and I'll find my audience, whether it's 10 people or 1 million.
I feel like people have the ability to grasp and appreciate different backgrounds as long as they know it's real. And, they don't want the stereotypical background if people can smell fake,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. If I start talking about honky tonks and, hunting and stuff, people are going to sniff me out real quick when I don't know how to shoot.
Yeah. But no, it's great. Obviously, we love following the story. The journey is always the most fun, and we love it, and we appreciate it. Can't wait to see what you do down in Nashville. And
I'll be updating you.
I say we look forward to part 3 of our ongoing podcast series.
Part 3 coming soon. Part 3 in the dorm. We'll do a moved into Nashville check-in.
Yes. We want some dorm music highlights.
We'll do it with my room. He'll be sitting right next to me in the dorm. We'll do that.
That's right. We go double feature next time. We get you both on.
Let's do it. He played baseball too. He played baseball.
From out in like middle PA, right?
Yeah, he didn't. I don't know if he played in high school. I think he might have played his freshman year. But he was a baseball. His music career started a little earlier than mine, but he was a baseball player.
But no, we definitely look forward to meeting Christian and hearing from him and seeing what you guys do because it's exciting.
Yeah, and I'll get you guys some footage of me long tossing next time.
Excellent, awesome, John. Always a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the summer. Get some waves before you go, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me. Always happy to be here.
Always. That's John Wood, our guest today. Catch him on all internet music and go see him before he goes. We'll have got his show list up. Make sure you get out to see him before he leaves for college. That's it for today. We look forward to catching everybody soon.
Have a good one.